automotive industry expert Lauren Fix. Lauren, great to have you with us today. It's been a little while since we talked, and I'm glad that you can walk us through what's happening here. The bottom line for most people watching this at home is this technology, which is being tested in a number of cities, is it ready to be on the roads?
I don't think it's ready to be on the road. I actually wish they would be testing this in an enclosed environment. I know Ford is doing it that way, and I know in other countries and other cities they're testing. But when someone dies because of this is far from the reason. And I know I've heard a lot of feedback on the internet. Oh, well, it's only one death. Well, you know what? If it's your family member, it's one death, and that's one too many. I'd rather see the fact that this technology did not function. It should have engaged, seeing something. Even in a periphery, you would have seen it, would have slowed down. The difference is that car was going 40 miles an hour. And in New York City, we just lowered the speed limits down to 25 miles an hour because if a car hits a human at 25, there's a greater chance of living. I'm not a fan of them lowering the speed limits, but in a pedestrian situation where the pedestrian was crossing the road, didn't see the Uber vehicle coming, and the person didn't react, even though they were supposed to be engaged with the vehicle. No response whatsoever, just full speed at 40. I would think we have some very serious lawsuits and some serious technical issues that need to be addressed. So
you bring up an interesting point, too, about this being on the streets. And that's one of the things that I was talking with yesterday with one of our technology correspondents, the fact that this technology has a difficult time seeing pedestrians, for example, and recognizing they're there. So as everything is still in the testing phase here, is this also a technology that at the moment is better suited to, say, a highway environment where you typically don't have things crossing, you know, you're stuck in a lane, the car can sort of see those lanes, versus surface streets?
Well, the problem with even on the highway, you have weather conditions that could create a factor, especially if you've got a whiteout condition. We just had a situation like that up here in the Northeast. And I think what happens is when you're testing these type of vehicles in this technology, sure, it works great in an enclosed environment, but putting it out on the streets puts a lot of risk at you and I, who are driving and paying attention and making the assumption that the other vehicle will slow down or make wise choices. The thing is, you and I are human. If we see somebody in the road as humans, we would hit the brakes, we would drive over the other way, hit a parked car before we would hit a human. A computer doesn't make those decisions. It makes common sense decisions that aren't just a matter of yes or no. Do I go forward? Do I slow down? And because a computer will never be a human, it'll never have emotions and that humanity, I think this is where we're going to have a lot of problems with autonomous cars.
Lauren, really appreciate you laying it out for us. Thank you.